Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. And today I'm going to have a little bit of a discussion on Bassmaster Classic, Bassmaster Opens. Really based upon the fact I've been getting a lot of comments surrounding it after the Classic was held last week on Ray Roberts Lake. And the topic I want to talk about today, the discussion I want to have, is I want to make the case for the fact that, in fact, in my opinion, it's not even a case, it's a reality, that the Bassmaster Opens are simply tougher and more competitive than the Bassmaster Elite Series. And maybe sort of have a conversation on that, get your guys' opinions too. But the reason I want to do this is I am all about for fairness in the sport, and I'm all about for, like I said, level playing fields and people getting treated equally, across the board. And it seems like to me that a lot of the attention within the industry is directed towards the Elite Series, and basically a lot of the Opens is ignored, and which is not, in my opinion, is simply not the right thing to do, because actually the more competitive circuit is the Open. So I want to have a little talk about that, explain it. So first of all, I want to say, and this is no way, I'm not slamming the Elite Series of the Bassmasters Classic. I love bass. I'm a live member. I've been a part of, following bass since I was a little kid. I fished bass for over 20 years. I still fish Bassmaster Opens. Been in the Bassmaster Classic 9 times. I've been there. I've been in the trenches with this. So I just wanted to address this overall. First of all, I want to say that in 2021, again, not to take anything away from the qualifiers, but the Bassmaster Classic is simply easier to qualify now than it's ever been, simply because you only have 80 some people in the Elite Series. The majority of the qualifiers are taken out of the Elite Series. In the past events, when we had the top Bassmaster Top 150s and the old Bassmaster Invitationals, we had twice, sometimes 3 times as many competitors and the same amount of slots to qualify for the Classic as they do with the Elite Series with now. So simply mathematically, it's easier to qualify for the Classic than it's ever been once you get into the Elite Series. The Elite Series is extremely difficult to get into, and it's extremely difficult to get out of once you get in there. There's a lot of protections for those anglers, and it's basically like winning the lottery to get into it. So anyway, what you have on there is you have all this attention, all this focus directed towards a lot of the anglers on the Elite Series. And don't get me wrong, they're outstanding, they're world-class anglers, but there's also world-class anglers in every circuit in the country. I'm here to tell you guys right now that, just take for example the Bassmaster Classic last week on Ray Roberts. I can promise you, if there would have been a BFL tournament there, if there would have been a Toyota Series tournament there, an MLF tournament there, it doesn't matter which circuit, the weight still would have been the same. It still would have took within ounces probably of what it took to make the top 10 or win the tournament, regardless who fished that tournament. So the whole gist of saying that, one circuit has the best anglers in the world is simply not true. The Bassmaster Elite Series does not have the best anglers in the world in it. The MLF tournaments don't have the best anglers in the world in it. I can say that about every one of them. But what I'm going to say about this is that the Bassmaster Opens do not get the credit they deserve for how difficult and how tough and how competitive they are. Not only do you have Elite Series pros in it, you got other pros that fish it from different circuits, you got all the regional and local hammers, you got the competition level is extremely difficult, more so than in the Elite Series by far, plus the fact you got 225 guys on the lake. Let's go back to Ray Roberts at the Classic again last week. I can promise you right now, if there would have been 225 anglers on Ray Roberts instead of 50 like there was at the Classic, there would have been 25 boats on Hank Cherry's damn riprap. There would have been 25 boats on those peninsulas they were flipping. The results would have been different in that particular tournament across the board, simply because of the fishing pressure in there. But what you have on this is the skill levels across the board are so tight and so close with the information network that we have is that nobody has the best anglers anywhere because everybody's awesome. I mean, I don't care what circuit it is. If you're on a AAA level circuit or above, there's no difference in the skill levels. Yeah, there may be a few guys here and there, like your Jason Christie's and your Jacob Wheelers and those guys that are gonna stand out above other people because they're just in a league of their own. But overall, for 98% of the field out there, there's just not much difference between the average Elite Series pro, the average MLF pro, and some guy that's fishing a BFL tournament that, you know, finishes the top 10 in the points every year here in the Ozark Division of Missouri. The skill levels are that competitive. The difference is it all comes down to opportunity. You know, for whatever reason, things have to fall in line, stars have to align perfectly. Some anglers simply get the opportunities to showcase their talents more than other anglers. And that's one of the things that I think gets overlooked in the sport is you have a segment of the anglers that attract a tremendous amount of attention, and their skill levels are no different than a lot of the guys that you guys have probably never heard of before. And that's not the case in any other sport out there. It's, you know, in baseball, football, basketball, whatever, you wouldn't have that, but you do have that in fishing. That's sort of reality of it. So the point of this whole video is I sort of want to, you know, send this to a message to the industry. Don't overlook the other circuits out there. I love the bass. I love the Bassmaster Elite Series is great, but when you're talking about showcasing the marquee anglers in this country, it is simply not true that you label a certain circuit has the best anglers, because that diminishes the value and that diminishes, you know, the hard work that a lot of the AAA anglers put into it, a lot of the weekend BFL guys, and you know, from that case, it's sort of unjust. So anyway, I just wanted to make a little comment on that after the Bassmaster Classic. You know, I don't know if a lot of people look at it like that, but the only people that really know what I'm talking about are the competitors, because if you've competed in circuits across the board like I have, I've competed in every level of the tournaments out there. I've competed from Bass Club tournaments to the Bassmasters Classic and everything between. I know these guys, they're my friends. I know the skill levels, I know the talent they have, and I'm here to set it straight, guys, right now, that I'll say it again, the anglers that are fishing the MLF tournaments, the anglers that are fishing the Bassmaster Elite Series, their skill levels, 98% of them, I'm going to give guys like Jacob Wheeler and Brian Thrift and those guys a pass because they're just in a different universe, but 98% of the guys out there, the skill levels there's no daylight between skill levels on it. They simply have, for whatever reason, gotten the opportunities to showcase those talents better than what some other people. I know so many guys here. Take for example, Jeremy Lawyer. Jeremy Lawyer, you know, for years he was a local hammer here in Missouri, and nobody had ever heard of him because he hadn't fished nationally. But you know, after he won the BFL All-American and got out on the circuit, he became a national hammer, and he's one of the top anglers in the world right now. And there are a bunch of Jeremy Lawyers out there, guys that are local hammers that simply have not gotten the breaks or the opportunity to showcase their talents like what happened with Jeremy. So anyway, I hope that sheds some light on it. So don't put anybody up on a pedestal. When you see these dudes on the Elite Series or the MFLs out there, don't put these guys up on a pedestal, because I can promise you, all these guys you're competing against in the Toyota Series or the BFLs or whatever, they're just as big of hammers out there. You know, there's 98% of them. But anyway, that's just a thought for today. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'll be curious to hear, you know, what everybody's opinion on that is. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. If you get a chance, man, please subscribe to the channel. You know, half of the guys watching the channel are still not subscribed, so hit that subscribe button. You'll be giving away, you know, free cases of Bridgeford beef jerky, solar butt sunglasses, Seagar fishing line every month to the subscribers. All you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and be eligible for that. So we'll talk to y'all later. See you.